What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. Pound for Pound himself, and it's definitely going down. We got Andre Berto versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero, and that fight is definitely going down. That is going to be November 24th at the Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario, California, and oh my goodness, it's going to go down. I actually like this fight. This looks like a good fight. It's going to be for the interim WBC welterweight title, whatever interim means. You know, we got all these titles and belts and stuff. I really don't care anymore, but you know, it's all about the money at the end of the day. You got to get that paycheck. Anyways, we got Andre Berto versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero. This is going to be a brawl, I think. It has all the tools to be an action-packed fight. You know, you got Berto with his style. You know, he's pretty much like a Shane Mosley, but not really, because he's just he's a sporadic fighter. You know, he kind of just goes in, he lets his punches and bunches flow, and then he kind of goes back, and then he does it again and goes back and does it again. He's not like a pure boxer. Ghost Guerrero is more of a pure boxer, and then that's what I think is going to be very interesting in this fight. You know, if you guys don't know who they really are, Wikipedia them. I'm not going to go through too much of it, but they're both very good fighters. Andre Berto currently is at 28 wins, 1 loss, with 22 wins but coming by way of knockout, and Robert the Ghost Guerrero is currently at 30 wins with 1 loss, and 18 of those wins coming by knockout. You know, we could touch on both fighters just a little bit real quick. I'm gonna touch on Andre Berto. You know, coming off that loss to Victor Ortiz, you know, not too long ago. It was almost a year ago. But actually about a year and some change ago. That was a fight that I actually predicted he was gonna lose. I thought Victor Ortiz was just tougher as far as the physical. I actually didn't think he was tougher mentally at the time. But we learned that Victor Ortiz could pull it together and put on a spectacular performance against Berto that night. But I did feel that, you know, Victor Ortiz that night was just stronger physically. When they got in the ring, I said, wow, look at his body. He looks in shape. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he trained hard. And, you know, he's better technically, better, straighter punches. And I believed at the end of the day, that was going to get to Andre Berto, and it did. You know, since then, he fought Jan Zavek. I can't even say the dude's name. You know, so what? You know, for the IBF welterweight title. It's just, to me, it's like, you know, Andre Berto's still on the road coming back to me. He hasn't done really nothing impressive. He hasn't impressed me. To me personally, I'm still looking at him as if he's coming off the loss to Ortiz as his last fight, because he fought, you know, this guy who's relatively unknown in the boxing media. So Andre Berto still got a lot of work to do, and I think that this Ghost Guerrero fight is definitely going to be a major, you know, stepping stone, and seeing where he's at and seeing if he's ready to get back to the upper echelon of the sport. Now, Robert Guerrero, I mean that guy speaks for himself. I like him, I really do. He's a boxer puncher in my book. He's fought numerous guys that I would consider to be top level guys, that I would consider actually probably have chances at beating Andre Berto, you know, in their prime, you know, like a Joel Casamayor. If he was primed and he was, you know, at welterweight in prime, I think he beats Andre Berto. You know, Michael Katsidis, if he wasn't so damn punch drunk, I mean, he takes so many damn punches, he'd be a good fight for Berto. But he's on his way down. Anyways, that's another story. Just all these fighters, you know, he has so many skills that are, you know, classic boxing, and you know, nice straight punches. He has you know, he's a southpaw. You know, he's 5'8". I mean, he's not short for that division. Nice punching power. You know, he has good angles. The guy could fight. So I mean, if Andre Berto's not ready, we could very well see another loss for Andre Berto. Now, if he changes his style up, because I really don't like Andre Berto's style. He's never really caught on to me as far as his style, because he just has limited tools. He doesn't really have that much he can do. I mean, you know, when you go in there fighting Andre Berto, you're not really worried about a jab. You know what I'm saying? You're more worried about his strength. You're more worried about him coming in and letting off these, you know, 5 or 6 punch combinations. But you know, in fighting Andre Berto, you know that flurry is going to eventually end, and he'll either back up or, you know, take a step back, look at his work or whatever. Ghost Guerrero is a little different, and where you know, when you watch him fight, it's with power, it's with speed, but then you also got to see he's a technical fighter. Now, I've sparred people that are of both kinds, I've sparred people that fought like Andre Berto, and I sparred people that fought like Guerrero. And I'll tell you one thing: I'd rather fight people that fought like Andre Berto, because you know they're coming at you. You know where everything's coming from. There's nothing really to not know. You know what I'm saying? When you're fighting Guerrero, it's a little different. He's a more technical fighter. You know, you got to use your brain in there. So, quick prediction: I think the Ghost is gonna take this one. I would not be surprised if Guerrero knocks out Berto. I do think Berto's on the downside of things. You know, after that Victor Ortiz loss, he didn't just really lose. I mean, that was a tough battle in which, you know, I believe his will got tested. And I think Victor Ortiz actually won as far as the will. So it's hard to come back from fights like that, especially when you're fighting a quality opponent like Guerrero. And it's a dangerous fight. You know, Guerrero's been on the high side of things, and Berto's trying to rebuild. So it's not looking good for Berto. I'm going to go with Robert the Ghost Guerrero with either a knockout or unanimous decision. It'll probably be a knockout, though, but we shall see. Everybody have a good day.